Welcome back to the Oakland Baseball Notebook. My name is Neal Ruhl, the voice of the Golden Grizzlies, as we welcome in the head coach of the Golden Grizzlies baseball program. Of course, he is Jordon Banfield. Jordan, good to talk with you again. Last time we wrapped, we were talking fall season wrap-up and everything like that. And, the season was just this idea that was in the future. Well, the time is now. The future's now, Jordan. We're ready to go. I know around this time every year, everybody gets really excited. But I did want to check in with you. Talk schedule, talk your standout performers who we're going to look for. But first off, we ready to roll or what, man?
Yeah, we are. It's been a long time coming, man. I mean, it feels like we've been practicing for 2 years, just with everything that's gone on and all the uncertainty. Super excited that our players are, going to get to have the season they deserve.
Absolutely. And speaking of that season, we're getting ready to go here because it is February and it is an exciting time, Jordan. I think baseball, softball, those are a couple of unique sports because they give us hope in that, especially when we're up here in the Midwest. You look outside and you got to worry about wind chills and stuff like that. But baseball gives us hope, man, because we know that warmer weather is coming. As you look at your schedule, give everybody some of the highlights of that, where you guys are off to, what you guys got going on and everything.
Absolutely. I think first, the most exciting thing is just that we got a full 56 games scheduled. Plan is to play them all. And that's, especially with everything that's gone on, that was my priority. Our guys have done everything that I've asked of them. We've asked of them, and they deserve to play a full season. That's got some different parameters that are a little weird this year with no midweek games. So we're having to cram all the games onto the weekends. But, I think, it's good just to be able to play them all, which is something in the past they haven't always done here for, I guess, a variety of reasons. But, if we want to compete at the level that we expect to, we gotta play all our games and schedule all our games. So we've got, different Horizon League schedule this year with 10 conference weekends of 4 games each. And then there's 2 byes. And then we also get the first 2 weeks of the year to play non-conference. So we're opening up at Middle Tennessee State. Conference USA certainly going to be a stiff test for us. One of the certainly top 2 non-Power 5 leagues in the country. So really going to be a good test for us. We'll head down to Nashville or Murfreesboro next Thursday. Now we're actually going to stay in Nashville and practice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday over spring break. On Monday and Tuesday, head to North Carolina and practice at a minor league facility on Wednesday. And then up to Virginia to take on Longwood for our second weekend. We'll play them 4 times. Come on back. We actually have a bye the first weekend that some teams are playing conference games. So we'll head down to Dayton. It's done a really good job, especially under new coaching staff. And we'll get into conference. And we have another bye later, and we're bringing Valparaiso in to play us at home as part of the first end of a home and home. So excited about that too. At 24 home games on the schedule, which we get all those in would, I think, certainly be a record.
Yeah, and there is no question about that. As you look at this baseball team that you have, and you've come in here, and you and I have had this discussion in the past, that you want to play a particular style, and there's an attitude that you want out there on the baseball field. Who's picking that up and running with it? Give me a couple of names that, maybe not necessarily, I'm not saying look for these guys to put up X numbers. I'm talking about the Jordon Banfield style of baseball. Who's buying in?
Absolutely. I think, honestly, that's been the most exciting thing is, I guess I better think this, but I think our guys have done a really good job of being on board with the way we want to do things, which is number one, just do things right. And number 2, we want to play our ass off on the field. We're going to compete, every pitch, and hopefully, come out on the right end of things. But some guys who've stood out in that regard. Positionally, Jared Miller, kind of guy that makes us go. Was our leading hitter in the fall. I haven't checked in the last couple of days, but he's got to be our leading hitter in the spring too. Can play anywhere on the field. Will play anywhere on the field. Came in, played mostly third in the fall, then was playing short. Now he's probably going to see most of his time in left. Wherever he's going to be in there somewhere because he really ignites us on offense, somewhere at the top of the order. Gabe Luck's another guy that, if you came and watched us, you wouldn't say Gabe's the most talented guy on the team physically, but just does everything right. everything right. It's a quality at bat every time up there. Another guy, coach, I'll play wherever you want. I just want to be in there and find a way to help us. Our best hit and run guy, our best sack guy. So he's done a really, really good job. And on the mound, I mean, the guy that sets the tone for our pitching staff, Dan Rutan, from a mentality standpoint, competitiveness standpoint, he's our captain for a reason. And he's done a really good job, and I think that those guys feed off of him. He even if he's not, in the rotation or out there, he does a really good job of getting our pitching staff, where they need to be mentally and making sure guys are in the places that they need to be. So that's a few of them. Honestly, even the travel roster, but the lineup decisions opening weekend are tough, especially from a position player standpoint. We legitimately, went down the other day. We feel like we got 14 position players that deserve to start a game opening weekend. I don't know if we'll be able to do that or not, but there's we're gonna mix and match a little bit early to really give some guys more opportunities to separate themselves before we get into conference, because we've done a good job positionally of having a number of guys that are in tight battles, and not because we're not sure who to play, because we want to play multiple guys and there's only 9 spots. So feel really good about that and excited to see, how our pitching staff performs.
Jordan, as you look around the landscape of baseball, certainly college baseball as well, up into Major League Baseball also, I think versatility is something that is really become prevalent across all sports, really, basketball, baseball, all of it. And you mentioned a couple of your guys. If you can plug guys in at different spots, that certainly helps you as a coaching staff.
Absolutely. Those guys I mentioned, I mean, we could play Jared Miller at any spot on the field. He hasn't caught. I'm sure he'd figure it out if I asked him to. Gabe Luck's, another one, whether, some time at second, some time in the outfield, certainly a versatile guy to bring off the bench in some situations too. And then another guy that fits, that mold is Reagan Paulina, who's a freshman, whose offense has forced himself into the lineup, came here as an infielder. Now he's catching and playing the outfield, and doing a good job there. Cam Post, another, may see some time behind the plate. Definitely will see some time in the outfield, and has been good enough on offense that he's made us find a place to play him. So that's definitely huge for us, having guys that we can move around. And also the mid-year addition for us, bringing in Lorenzo Elon, transfer from Iowa, playing short for us now. That's really allowed us, I think, to put guys in their best spots, which is key. Tyler Trovinger's played short here, I think, for the past 4 years now, and certainly can handle it. His best position is certainly third base. I think he's a well above average defender there, and that allows him to go play his most natural spot. And he's also going to contribute on the mound. Back to the versatility thing. I mean, we've got 3 guys that are legitimate two-way guys for us. So we're excited about the different pieces that we have, and just can't wait to get going. If it was 6 a.m. next Thursday and our bus was leaving right now, that'd make me happy.
Well, Jordan, as always, I appreciate catching up with you. The attitude, the energy that you're bringing certainly is infectious to those that are on the program. I'm ready to go too, Jordan. Let's go now.
Absolutely, man. We got room for you if you want to join.
All right. ESPN Plus all season long. You'll be able to keep up with the Golden Grizzlies baseball program, and we'll be catching back up with Jordan as the season rolls on. Thanks for your time, my friend.
Absolutely. Thanks, Neal. Take care, man.